case is the Lucasfilm employees have figured out this thing's a paper tiger. It's destroyed itself. And, we're going to be okay because the whole planet is mocking it. Liberal Hollywood screenwriters are saying, I don't like this, right? It's got 13, 14%, Rotten Tomatoes thing. I think that's probably still too high. Sparrow said to me a week ago, I think it's going to go below 10%. I think it got down to 13.
I keep saying it's still too high. Yeah. It's still too high.
So, but when you've got that, when you see that everybody is against this thing, you're now not afraid to talk about it. But now let's get into the content of it. Now, I'm going to be careful what I say, because I'm not claiming that Ms. Headland has done any of these things. Mm-hmm. I'm not claiming it. I'm claiming, or I'm saying what I've been told to me, that Iger's sinister strategy, first, he's already damaging Kennedy, and he's doing that right now by just making her look like a failed wokester. The strategy is make it look like she failed at being that, okay? That's going to work for my Hollywood friends who are upset about it, right? But that's not the strategy he's going for with Headland. With Headland, it's a lot uglier and a lot more personal. I'll be very careful what I say here, because I don't want to get you in trouble. I don't get me in trouble. The strategy is to, let's just say, spread rumors through the industry, perhaps false rumors, but rumors through the industry, suggesting that Ms. Headland's involvement with her former employer, former mentor, Harvey Weinstein's nefarious activities might have been more than just, like she claims that, I didn't know what was going on, or I can't talk about it because of an NDA. But let's just say it might have been more active than that. I just want to leave it at that. I'm not claiming Ms. Headland is guilty of that. I'm saying that is the kind of ugly messaging that Iger wants to put out, so people start wondering about her moral character. The fans don't trust her moral character because of her association with Weinstein. But when I raised that on the screenwriters boards, no one seemed to notice or care, because they all gave her a pass that, look, she's a woman. She's a woman. She couldn't have known what was going on. He wouldn't have brought her into the circle. So leave it at that. But if that starts spreading, that will also shake their confidence in that narrative.
I'll replay the fact that this is now getting out there within the Hollywood circles a little bit more verbally. That's not good. We all know what's next.
Yeah, let's put a pause. You just have people spreading it to each other in offices. It's just office gossip. And that's enough for people to say you shouldn't hire her for the next gig. I heard this bad thing about her. That there is an intended and planned PR narrative, both officially in media, which we started seeing today with Forbes, and privately through gossip and sleazy conversations to defame and bring down the standing of Kathleen Kennedy and Leslye Headland, so that their support network in Hollywood runs away from them. So that whatever needs to be done to remove them forever from Disney will be done. In the process, their careers will be destroyed, because everyone in Hollywood will step away. In the same way that everyone in Hollywood knew what Harvey Weinstein was doing. We all knew it for 20 plus years. Only when we sensed that the wind had changed and that suddenly something was happening did all of his friends abandon him. There's this incident, it's reported in all the articles about it, where Harvey, when he started getting attacked in the press for Me Too back in 2017, he sent out a broad email to hundreds of his contacts, powerful people, saying, guys, I need you to come out and defend me. And everyone sensed that the wind had changed around him. So not one person came to his defense. They wouldn't even respond to his emails. That's the strategy here.
Let me just add one thing to this toxic environment situation. I got it upon very good information that on set, on The Acolyte, an actor who has worked for Lucasfilm on many productions, and hopefully we will get this person on here. We'll make a big. We're working on it. But that they were verbally abused, chastised on set during the filming by the let me put it this way,
one of the protected classes,
the other half of Miss Headland, who's acting in the TV show, was verbally abusive to this actor, and that type of behavior was constant. It was a horrible, toxic set that was set by Headland, and then you see this behavior completely doesn't surprise me at all.
I believe that 100% because I worked on a show where it was run by these toxic white women, right? Toxic white women whose whole thing was, getting back at the men by Me Tooing themselves. Now they reestablished their power against the patriarchy by establishing a corrupt matriarchy instead, right? And so they were out. I mean, so let's just say it was a horrific, and they created the most chaotic environment I've ever seen, right? Where the mass abuse, not just verbal abuse or physical abuse. There was pressure for the actors to go get drunk and do drugs with some of the people on the show that were in the inner circle of the big boss, right? I mean, crazy things that I've seen a lot of things that are not great in this industry, right? But this was insanity. It was insanity. And it was, again, the same people that talked the most about, toxic masculinity, blah, blah, blah. And it's exactly like the Headland type of characters. They created this horrific environment where it was like a Roman bacchanal run by mentally ill, drunk women, right? And so that was what I experienced on that show. And it sounds like that's exactly what was happening here with people that are drunk on power, who think the best way to balance the books is to be worse than the men were when they had the power, right? So that I've experienced it. That's believable.
Oh yeah, and I will say that person, female, was yelling, verbally talking down to a male. We will say that.
Well, yeah, and that's what I experienced on my shows. The men were unsafe. Even these sweet, like artsy, artistic, humble actors who read poetry were being beaten down. We're not talking about macho Clint Eastwood types, right? No. So those are the guys who were being picked on, right? Because they were easy targets, right?